Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be opening my first Hobbit play booster box and seeing what I can get. Still won't be doing any pricing, still a little too early. My next video I will have pricing. But yeah, I've opened a collector box and it wasn't too bad. It didn't have anything too crazy in it. One of the coolest cards was a Surge Foil Mithril coat, so that was pretty cool. I'm going to save the box topper for last because it's the only card that you'll be able to get. Like, I can't get any box toppers from normal play booster boxes, so I'm going to save that for last. I won't open that first, not this time at least. But yeah, my collector box that I opened was pretty decent. It had quite a few of the box topper cards just in normal packs, so thought it was pretty cool. And yeah, now I'm just gonna open some play booster packs and see how good they are, see how many book cover cards you can actually get, because I know you can get them in play booster packs. So yeah, let's just get into it then. Go a little slow since this is the second time I'm opening this product, so excuse me. Well, here's one card that shows off a new mechanic for the set called Storied. And essentially Storied, like it says, if you control 3 or more artifacts, legendaries, and or sagas, you have an enduring story for the rest of the game, and there's no way to get rid of it. The only way that you can start to get it is if you have a card that says Storied, and then it'll just, like this card has it to where as long as you have an enduring story, or he gets +1/+0 and has vigilance. So not one of the more powerful ones, but still pretty cool. There's one of the Smaugs. I didn't realize there was a common version. I think there's a version of Smaug for each rarity. And then obviously they have Adventures back as well. Pretty cool. There we go. On to the uncommons. There's the nasty little rabbit. They have quite a few creatures in this set with some funny names, so we got our first rare, Roads Go Ever On. Pretty cool rare that allows you to ensure that you get basic land drops, essentially. There are quite a few decent mythics that you can get in the set, so I did look to see a few just before I started opening, and they whatever the horde card is, I can't remember, but God, what is it called? Can't remember. But it essentially whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, then you get to create a treasure token. So here's another effect, like another card that's essentially Evolving Wilds. This one has halfling cycling though, so a bunch of different versions of those. Enchantment that landfall and puts +1/+1 counter on target creature. We've got so many different versions of that now. So we got one of the scene cards. We got Bard's Company, the scene art. We got another scene. We got Thranduil's Company, I think. Yep, they go right on top of each other like that. Pretty cool. I got quite a few of the companies in my collector box, so maybe once I end up finishing opening Hobbit, I'll be able to put together the scenes entirely, because I don't think any of the scenes really have mythics in them. Most of them are just rares and uncommons and commons, so pretty easy to put together. compared to some other scenes like the Marvel scenes. There's the little bear. And here's another scene card from them escaping the goblins. We got Rage into the Valley. Pretty cool. Cool looking artwork on that one, just without the scene. And there's the old fat spider can't see, which is a saga. Key to the side door. There's Bulk's Company. Pretty cool, allowing you to sacrifice another goblin to add black and red. Pretty cool. There's a Thranduil's Company, this time in the normal artwork in foil. I didn't do any pre-release. I haven't played any with any of these cards, so legitimately these are all pretty new to me because yeah, I'm just opening a collector box. There's a common golem. There will be quite a bit of duplication because this is a smaller set. Hopefully there won't be too much in the rares and mythics unless they want to duplicate good mythics. There are quite a few. Got Feely the Pathfinder. It's rare. Pretty cool. Don't really know what to talk about. This video will probably end up going up, I guess, on Wednesday since I have been distracted. Kinda didn't record when I was supposed to get this up on Tuesday, so yeah, it'll be a day late, but it is what it is. Got Through the Forest Gate, pretty cool rare that you can put a lot of lands into play with, so I'm gonna put it up top because I think it's pretty cool. This is another card that I think is pretty cool, the Stone Giant of High Pass, another rare. It is 7 mana for a 7/7, so not terrible. And then when it enters or attacks, you create a 3/3 colorless wall, which is named Stone Border. Obviously, Boulder. Obviously, it has Defender, and then you can pay 2 and a red to sacrifice an artifact, and then it deals 4 damage to any target. So you can essentially turn those boulders into just damage. So I think it's pretty cool. One of my favorite rares from the set. And then there's the Ordinary Bear, just a vanilla creature with no abilities. So lots of bears, lots of dwarves. Yeah. There's a different boulder. There's Giant Boulder. Yeah, my birthday is this week. It's on the 28th, so on Friday. I will be turning 23, so yeah. Anyway, we got the Last Light of Durin's Day. There's our rare. We just got an uncommon, the Bothersome Noisemaker. Basic land. Pretty cool. Still don't know when I will do my 250 subscriber special, because I do still plan on doing that, and I think I'm going to end up opening like 4 different collector boxes from different sets that either I haven't opened before or just want to open. We got the uncommon Gandalf from the scene, the Gandalf Spark Starter. Pretty cool. We got Elven Passage. Just like Fabled Passage, but instead you pay 1 life to search for a basic, and then if you have an elf, if you behold an elf, it enters untapped instead. So probably good for any deck that runs a decent amount of elves, at least if you're 2 colors. Well, Can help with landfall too, so even if you're not running elves, so it'd be pretty helpful. Not too sure which collector boxes, but they won't be ones that are super expensive. So, be some cheaper ones, but they won't be terrible, hopefully. We got Part and Friendship, another rare. Yet to get a mythic. Almost a third of the way through the box. Hopefully we can get a few more. Ramp up to a few more. Oh. Credit treasure token. There we go. We got our first mythic of the box. We got Elrond, Moon Reader. It's 3 mana for a 3/3 that has a Tor. Whenever you activate an ability of a creature, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. So I guess a good way to think about it is just Llanowar Elves or any mana creature has a Tor. It'll trigger this, and yeah, it's only once per turn, but I mean, you're just tapping your Llanowar Elves for a mana, and you also get to draw a card, so it's not terrible. Then it also has for 7 mana, exile up to 2 other target non-land permanents you control. Turn those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So just a way to blink cards, so cool. And we got Dane's Company in the borderless foil. Pretty cool. Another one of those from the scene. We got our first mythic, nothing too crazy. I am looking forward to the release of what's it called? Reality Fracture. There's a large bear. Didn't realize there was also a large bear. Reach, Trample, Haste for 5 mana, 5/5, so not terrible. Then we got our second mythic of the box. We got Orcrest, Goblin Cleaver. It's an equipment, a legendary equipment. That's 3 mana. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has Trample, so not bad. It also has Equip 3. And then whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, choose a creature type. You create a treasure token for each creature you control of the chosen type. So any tribal deck will want to be running this, so definitely not terrible. Pretty good mythic there. And then we got Supper for Spiders. Another pretty cool rare that I think, in my opinion, so put that up top. Then we got Lake Town Toymaker, or just a foil uncommon. Borderless Mountain. Looking forward to Reality Fracture. Looks like it's, well, I haven't really showed off much, but it's a set that I've been interested in. It's probably the set that I've been most excited for to come out this year. So we got Thranduil in the showcase, the like dragon scale frame or whatever it's called, just an uncommon. Then we got another mythic. All right, I said something about mythics, and now we just keep getting them in every pack. We got Smaug the Magnificent, another pretty decent mythic. It's 4 mana for a 4/3. It has flying, haste, and then whenever he attacks, he deals damage equal to the number of treasures you control to any target, and then at the beginning of your upkeep, you create a treasure token. So pretty good for any treasure deck. And then we got Tom, Bert, and William in foil. Another rare that I think is pretty cool. I won't put it up top, but I think they're pretty cool. When they die, they come back as an artifact, so I think it's pretty flavorful, so. And like I said before, I will be skipping the Star Trek set because I just have no interest in opening anything from that set because I'm not a fan. So sorry to anybody who was looking forward to that set, but I will not be buying any. We got the Black Arrow, another pretty cool equipment in my opinion that deals 1 damage to any target. If a dragon is dealt damage this way, you destroy it. So just when it enters, not any other time, but still pretty cool, and it has flash, so pretty good for any dragon hate. We got a rare. We got Dane Ironfoot. Pretty cool. There's, can't remember which dwarf it is, but there's one that puts phone counters on all your equipment when he enters and it attacks. That one seems pretty good. Can make equipment really good because hone counters are, they go on equipment and they essentially give the equipment +1/+0. Well, it'll give the creature that's equipped to it +1/+0. So you can definitely make some pretty big equipment, some not so good equipment into some pretty good equipment. We got the Great Gilded Boat. This has another one of the new mechanics of the set. It's got Recruit, which is you draw a card, then discard a card, and then if you discard a non-land card, you create a 1/1 human soldier. So kind of like Conniving, but instead of getting a card, you... or instead of getting counters, you get creatures. So definitely an interesting take. We got the Sackville Bagginses. So rare. Pretty good for the any like black-white sacrifice decks or anything like that. Yeah, pretty good. Put them up top. Feels like a pretty good card. And then we got the Master of Lake Town. Another interesting card that has the Mind Crank effect. Whenever a player loses life, they mill that many cards, so definitely pretty interesting. There's another one from the scene. That's just an common from the scene. We got Thorin's Last Stand. We got Bulk from the North is an uncommon. Eagle Rescue, Woodland Weave Master. We got a rare. We got the Desolation of Smog. Pretty good for any dragon deck because it deals 3 damage to each non-dragon creature, and then you add 4 mana of any combination of color, and you spend that only to cast dragon spells, and it costs 4 mana. So as long as you're running it in a dragon deck and you have a dragon to cast afterwards, it pays for itself. So pretty cool. One mythic that I would love to get is the Bjorn mythic. It's a pretty cool mythic in general. So the Chief Warg, Elven, yep, Eagle of the Great Shelf. Then we got a mythic. We got Gollum, Riddle Master. And again, a mythic that I don't think is very good because it's, like I've said before, you literally only get to do this. You only get to choose one that hasn't been chosen. So once you use up the 3 modes, that's it. So I don't think it's really good. Not one of the best mythics you can get. So, oh well. Not all the mythics can be good. Beginning of your first main phase, add 2 red. It's like that dinosaur card. We got Bard's Company, so a rare. We got the Gigantic Big Bear, another cool card that costs 7 mana, and it's a 10/7 that can't be countered and has hexproof and haste. So as soon as it comes in, you can be swinging for 10 damage. Definitely can be pretty good and limited. So the box topper card can be a really good card, or it can be something that's not too good, but almost all the artwork looks really good on all the box toppers. So rare, we got the Lord of the Eagles, pretty cool rare. But on the top end, you have the One Ring, which is, I think, by far the best box topper you can get. There's quite a few others besides that are really good. I think Galadriel's Dismissal, and then there's also just Galadriel, and Call Forth the Tempest, I think, is another one. Bunch of good ones. We got a Mythic. We got Dancing from Dark to Dawn in the showcase artwork with like the dragon scale. Pretty cool looking art. Not one of the best ones you can get, but it's still pretty cool. So it's 5 mana enchantment, and whenever you cast a creature spell, put X +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is that spell's mana value. And because it does say cast, so it doesn't even matter if the spell gets countered, because you'll still get the counters. And then and it has landfall. Whenever a land enters, you create a 2/2 green bear. So creature, pretty cool. Having the borderless. Haven't really gotten any of the rares that have, the decent rares, I don't think. Kind of hard trying to find prices on TCG Player when you look up prices and it's only surge foils that you see at the start, so it can be a little hard getting to know the idea of what they actually go for. Got Troop of Ponies in the scene artwork. We got rare. We got Thranduil's Company again. It's the third one we've got in this box. But we still haven't gotten any book covers. Hopefully I can get at least one book cover before the end of this box. Got Gloin the Mighty and the showcase artwork. Oh yeah, the giant ugly looking goblin. Great name. There's a Thorn Oakenshield with the story as well. Makes it to our creatures you control have ward 1. So, and artifacts. So pretty cool. Got Balin, Lore Master. Saw a pretty cool deck earlier today on Arena that somebody had played that involved this card, and essentially copying him with Devastating Onslaught from Edge of Eternities, and just doing his trigger a bunch and then just kill people with damage, also using the Teamer Battle Crier, I think. So I'm gonna put it up top because I thought that deck was pretty cool. Just a fun deck, not too competitive, but just cool in general. Bomber. Just the black yellow again. We got a rare. We got the Cantankerous Keepers. I think that's how you say that. And the card that has affinity for elves, and when it enters, you mill 4 cards, and then you put all elves from among them into your hand. So you could get it down to 1 mana, and could be 1 mana and kind of not really draw, but you could put up to 4 elves into your hand off of it. So did see somebody else play that on Arena and had it to where I think 3 times in a row that they played it in one game they got 4 elves. So essentially a 1 mana draw 4. So can be pretty powerful, and specifically just elf decks. So, and there's the large bear again. We got another mythic. We got Thorin, Mountain King. It's 4 mana, 3/4. It has trample. When he enters, attach any number of target equipment you control to target creature you control. When one or more equipment become attached to that creature this way, that creature deals damage equal to its power up to 1 target creature. Interesting. Another one of the mythics that's not too good. So, Borderless Swamp. There's 6 more packs after this. Don't know what I'm hoping for. I guess some of the better mythics, maybe. I mean, more mythics will always be good. We got Troop of Ponies again in the scene artwork. So Bilbo. We got rare. We got Smaug, Wicked Worm. This might be one of the better rares. I'll put it up top just in case, but seems like pretty decent rare anyway. Little bears again. Nasty little rabbit. We got Sting, Bilbo's sword, a rare. It's another one of these ones that puts on hone counters, so, or just one that just puts on hone counters in general. So, just got flash. And with the sets that we know that are coming out next year, the main sets, not the Universes Beyond sets. The one set next year that I'm really looking forward to is the Kamigawa Titan Breach. It's by far the one set that I am most looking forward to because it goes to one of my favorite planes, Kamigawa, and just a really cool concept in general, just like the Pacific Rim concept for the whole set. So I think it's going to be pretty cool, and I'm definitely looking forward to that set. Got Tom, Bert, and William again. So I'm in non-foil. Then we got the Lonely Mountain. Not too sure if the base artwork is worth much, but pretty cool mountain. Put it up top just because. Put it right over top of Smaug since he lives in there. 3 more packs after this one. Then we'll go on to the box topper, and hopefully the box topper can be really good. My last box topper wasn't the best. I mean, artwork looked good, but wasn't as good as some of the other things we got. We got Wizard Staff, one of the better rares of the set. It's a 2 mana equipment. It says equipped creature has prowess, because essentially, if you don't know what prowess is, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And then if an ability of an equipped creature triggers, that ability triggers an additional time and then equips for 1 to wizards. Otherwise, it equips for 3. So. Trumpet. Alright, rare. We got the Eagles Are Coming. So one of the rares I don't have in the scene artwork for the Battle of the 5 Armies scene. I feel like there's a lot of uncommons, but I think it's just the normal amount of uncommons. I mean commons. The hills, the lake town. We got rare. We got the Notary Hobbits. Another pretty cool rare. It's 5 mana for a 1/1. Not very good. Why would you want to play this? But it has a tutorial. When it enters, if it's not a token, you create 2 tokens that are copies of it, except the tokens aren't legendary. And essentially what makes it good is it has tap, add colorless for each halfling you control. So this card by itself, as soon as you play it, will be next turn, unless you give them haste. The first turn they come in will tap for 9 mana if you don't have any other halfling. So it can be a really good commander for Eldrazi deck, which is very funny to think about. That 3 little hobbits make up one of the better commanders you could use for Eldrazi. So I think that's just a little bit just funny in general. But then obviously if you have any token doublers, when that comes in, you'll be making 4 of them instead, and then you'll be tapping for a lot more mana. So, and that's considering if you don't have any other halflings or changelings. So definitely can tap for a lot of mana. This is the last pack. Got a mythic. We got a book cover mythic. Not a book cover mythic I wanted to get. We got Gollum, Riddlemaster. Cool to see a book cover. Wish it was a better one. Still cool though. Love the way that these book artworks look. So pretty cool. Like I said, wish it was a better card, but oh well. It is a mythic one, so that's cool, but definitely not the one I wanted to see. I guess onto the box topper now. Hopefully the box topper can be one of the really good ones, not something like Reprieve or the Gaffer. We got Sauron, the Dark Lord. Pretty cool. Not too sure how good this one is. I think this is Lord. Yeah, this isn't one of the worst ones you can get. So pretty cool. And like I said, the artwork on it looks really good. So not gonna complain. Pretty cool. Anyway. Not too sure how good this box was. It's kind of hard to tell because, like I said, I was kind of just glancing at the prices, and it's hard when I don't want to scroll through every single page to look at prices when literally right at the start it's just all search foils. So kind of annoying when there's search foils in the set, trying to look for prices on things, but did get a few of the good rares or rares that I like. So like the Notary Hobbits and Wizard Staff are 2 that I'm pretty sure are decent rares. Then did get a couple of decent mythics with the Orcrest and Smaug, and then the box topper. Did get one of the book covers. Unfortunately, it's not one of the best ones you could get because I think there's the book cover one that you can get for... I'm gonna look it up because I can't remember what the card's called. Yeah, I think it's the Gleaming Horde card. Yeah, Gleaming Splendor, which is a mythic that you can get, and you can get it in the book artwork, and that one goes for quite a bit because the base artwork of the card goes for $50 right now, and the book cover just by itself, no search foil or foiling, goes for $100. So would have been nice to see that, but anyway, did get a book cover, and it is a mythic, so I guess that's cool. But yeah, so 7 mythics in total, not counting the box topper, because the box toppers will always be mythics whether the original card was a mythic or not, but it will always be mythics. So yeah, in general I think this box was decent, not too crazy, but yeah. I have 2 more play booster boxes to open, so if you're looking forward to that, consider leaving a like and subscribing. But yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time.